in my opinion, and obviously I'm biased, that we have not gotten the acknowledgement that we deserve. These actors, I mean, and to me, it feels like such an unbelievable oversight. I'm not gonna sit here and decide why it happened or why it happens or whatever. Everyone can decide for themselves, but, it's been, the best part is we really believe in the work. And at the end of the day, the work speaks for itself, and that's all that fucking matters. Having said that, this is a fraught time in our business, and these things do matter. It does matter, and it does affect people's lives. And so, look, I think, whenever we do one of these FYC things, and Wendell moderated it last year and spoke so eloquently, we ask you to really consider the people who are up here, and I know everyone here does, and acknowledge them for the work that they're doing, because it's meaningful for them, and it's meaningful for our business, frankly.
Really, I'm in an interesting position because I came to the show later and recurring on the show, so I'm able to be a part of it and be a fan and watch it. And what they have created is something that is absolutely stellar and absolutely some of the finest work in our business. And it's because of certain things that certain shows will get attention and other shows will not. I think it's important to realize, and I always make this example, as I said last year, I was on a show called The Wire. And The Wire got no attention. None. Not one Emmy nomination in its history. And then years go by and it's proclaimed as one of the best shows in the history of television. I feel like this is another show that should not suffer that same fate. I'm just going to say it. This show should not suffer that same fate. So I'm putting out a clarion call to you as people who are part of the business, who understand artistry, who understand that even though this may be so far away from who you are, the more specific a story is, the more universal it becomes. The more specific the story is, the more universal it becomes. There are people who will never even see New York City even, let alone, Queens, right? South Jamaica, Queens. But they will look at this and go, "Ever by the grace of God go I. I know what this woman is going through. I know what this young man is going through, because their humanity is so evident in the work and on the screen. And for that, they should be celebrated." Thank you.
And as long as on the screen, I'm going to say one last thing, which is like, some people will sometimes say, well, not that many people watch the show. As many people watch this show as watch the biggest shows on HBO.
Mm-hmm.
It's millions upon millions upon, it's 9-10 million people an episode. So it's not that the audience isn't watching, the audience is there. So, again, we can all decide for ourselves why the show hasn't gotten the shine that it deserves, but, we really appreciate you guys coming out. We appreciate Stars doing this, because it means a lot. And it means a lot, just, again, as I said, personally, but also in terms of the wider world, and the business. So, thank you. And thank you, Ramadi, for doing this.
Thank you all. Thank you guys. I do want to say that